All right, I'm gonna change the impeller on my 90 horse Mercury today. Get it ready for salmon season, early spring. Starting to warm up so I can stand to be outside and we'll get this project done. Those that may not know what an impeller is, it's essentially the water pump that forces water through the motor and cools it off. Now, if you don't have water running through it and it's not having a P stream essentially coming out, it's on the other side. Actually, on this one, it's right here, but it shoots out to the side. If you don't have that, then you know your impeller's not working correctly. So you want to change them every 5 years if you take care of it. If you run it dry for extended time, as these are rubber fins, they can wear out, and you want to change it that following year. Obviously, sooner the better. I got a little kit off of Amazon. I think it included this and a whole bunch of extra gaskets and stuff. And these are for like the lower unit changing oil and stuff. So little extra stuff that I don't need, but definitely will use. I think it was like 30, 35 bucks, something like that. So all right, let's jump into it. All right, like I said, this is a Mercury 4-stroke. This is a 2013 90 horse. Here's the water stream that shoots out. You can see it's diagonal to shoot out on the right side, left side as you're looking at it from the boat. And let's get into it here. I think so. What I'm gonna start off doing is taking these bolts. There's four bolts total, 2 on each side, out, and I believe I'm gonna have to take that one underneath here out, but we will see. We'll get to it. And that I don't think we have to touch. So, all right, we're gonna go through it together and see how it goes. Okay, these bolts are going to be a 16 millimeter. I can't fit a ratchet in between these two fins or whatever you want to call it. So, next best thing is a ratcheting wrench. So let's get to it. One thing to notice is underneath the on the bolt, when the nut comes off, there's a washer. It stayed on these two sides. Once I got to the other side, it came off with it. Just know that they're there. Okay, the bolt underneath here is going to be a 15 millimeter ratchet. Be able to get that. Plenty of room here for a ratchet. Okay, after getting that bolt out, I started to just pull a little bit on it and it came right off. So with this model, it's just this bottom one here and these two on this side and these two on this side. And then it should come free, just like that. Not too heavy. You can manage it by yourself. But I'm going to stick it in a vise with the stern, or not the stern, the bottom fin, and be able to hold it up that way so I can work on it. Alright guys, I've got it in my vise here. I've got a rag. Well, I use my old socks as rags. Don't judge me. Recycling, right? Alright, to kind of protect it. By the way, I call that a stern or a bottom fin. Obviously, it's not a stern, but it's a closer to bottom fin, but it's actually called a skeg, S-K-E-G. So I wasn't too far off, I guess. Anyways, all right, we got it in there and I got it clenched down, not too tight, not to break anything. Not that it's got to be too fragile. It's metal, so it's all right. Here's the component as it's sitting up, the lower unit. All right, so what we got here, this is the vacuum line. You can see right here on the back of it, is the vacuum line that goes in, and then it goes into here. So when you tighten it up, all it does is cinches right up in there. No need to worry about this. Okay, this is what houses the impeller, and this is a gasket right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these 4 bolts off here, and once we get inside there, we're gonna see what this impeller looks like. All right, these bolts are gonna be 10 millimeter. I'm gonna hit them with the drill a little faster. Okay, now that those are removed, by the way, just be conscious that this is on here and you don't lose that. That goes right up, fits right up in there without problem when we put that back together. But, all right, so this rubber gasket here, it's a little starting to get a little dry rotted. Let's see if we can kind of get in, zoom in there. I don't know. So you know how a tire looks when it dry rots. I don't know if I can, yeah, there's some cracking and stuff. I did, with that kit came a new one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it. Okay, because I'm replacing it, I'm not gonna worry about damaging it because I have a replacement on it. Like this could be, I don't know how old this was. I bought this boat used. It's a 2013. I don't think it's original, and you would think it'd be more broken than that, but if you want to see it's a gasket, gasket's in good condition. Get some silicone lube and spray it down with that before you move it. This is under pretty tight. Might just cut it off. There you go. All right. Okay, trash. All right, so inside here is the impeller. Let's see how she looks. Oh, it's got water there. Not too bad. I was anticipating, not knowing the age of it, that it would be in a bunch of pieces, dry rotting and stuff, but not too bad, really. One thing you want to do, and you know, I'm gonna thank the channel Build Something Stupid. It's where I learned, watch this and refresh my mind on this, and he had a very good point. That you want to pay attention to the way those are facing when you put it back in, because that's the direction that it spins. So as it comes in the package, it looks like this. So you have to favor them to look like that. If you put it backwards, it's going to want to spin the other way, and it's going to force the fins over itself and just create a shorter lifespan for this. So keep in mind what direction that is. Okay. Also, one thing I want to point out in this is you see that little notch there? That's how it spins, right? Well, I want to point this out. Hey, there's the key for it, and this comes off. So make sure you don't lose that. Just make sure you know what's there. All right, so like I said, pay attention to the direction. I'm gonna remember that these are facing clockwise to the right. So let's get this, try to get this guy out of here. There we go. All right, see if you flip it upside down, you may not know the difference. The inside looks pretty good. Not burned up with rubber or anything, so looking pretty good there. All right, so with the condition of this, did you really have to replace it? No, I don't think so. I think it's got plenty of life, but we're in here. I already got it under the hood. Let's might as well replace it, right? I don't know if this will last another year, 2, or whatever the case may be, but I'm already here. Now this is difficult. I'm trying to get this new one in there. I've had to start twice over again because I'd be going good and then notice one of the fins is facing the opposite way. Gotta go easy, go slow, treat it like prom night. Alright, come on. Almost there. Okay. I think I got her. Again, facing to the right, clockwise. I think she's good. I'm going to line that keyhole up with the keyhole on the shaft. There's the key. The key. Okay. There we go. Okay, all that's lined back up. Alright, the gasket now. I'm going to try to grease this up a little bit with some lubricant that's safe for rubber. Be careful of the teeth of the shaft and try not to spin it, it'll chew it up a little bit. Alright, ease it down. There you go. Almost there. Alright. Perfect. Okay, now let's put the bolts back in. One thing is, they weren't in there too tight, so don't over tight. Be cautious, especially if you're using a hand drill. All right. Okay, now it's time to throw it back into the upper unit.
This how you change the oil?
No, this is Impeller. Oh, look at that.
You're waiting because I'm here.
I didn't put you there. All by myself.
Wow.
Nice. All right. Let's go get some.
Watch out. Come on.
Okay, I had backup out here with me earlier because I thought I would need some assistance with loading that up, but I didn't. It went right in. Just make sure that when you go to take it out and you put it back in, it's in neutral and stays in neutral. I know some guys have claimed that they need somebody at the shifter to make it go back and forth, try to get those cogs to line up, but I didn't seem to have an issue. It went right in. Have you watched your bolts? You have to bolts back on. All right, simple maintenance that you can do on your own. Save yourself some money, prolong the life of your motor. regular oil changes, and changing the lower unit out. Changing those little gaskets out that are on the opposite side here of the drain. Keeping the gaskets changed, the oil change in the lower unit gears. Pretty simple stuff you could do. Make sure you winterize it by doing that before, and then changing your impeller once every several years. If you happen to run it dry, then change it as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel's about fishing, hunting, and everything outdoors. See you outside.